Greetings and welcome to Old Drunken Discography, where old friends and fans come together to BS, argue, occasionally disagree, and discuss musical artists. Today we are talking about the Deftones, and with us is Jason.
That's me.
Tim's probably somewhere down there.
We're all
Yeah,
below
maybe.
you.
Awesome. And Trey's then super below me.
Nope,
Hello.
he's above Tim. But
Trey.
that's not important. You
Trey.
know our faces.
Yeah. So Trey, Patreon guest, is the one that brought the Deftones to us. And we're already 3 albums in. Go check out those videos. But you've already checked those out because you're watching the playlist here. Today we're on album number 4, their self-titled album, released in 2003. Uh Jason, you want to start us off on this guy?
I can, I guess.
Or do we want me to start off on this one?
I don't really know. We're an unscripted show. Give us a like, give us a subscribe, help us out. We need all the help we can get. Hexagram. It's okay. The chorus is kind of dumb. Chino has some great screams on it, though, and I like the line, and the car bomb hits quick, click, faint smile. Needles and pins. I kind of liked it. It reminded me of Around the Fur. I like the lyrics as well. I think that's a top song contender. Minerva, literally forgot this song existed until hearing it again on this album. This was a single. This was played a lot. Fucking law, I blinked on it. It's fine.
Didn't know that was a single. Good to know.
Yeah. Good Morning Beautiful. Kind of the same thing. It's fine. The songs are really starting to bleed together, both in tone and delivery. I do like the lyrics on this one, though. Death Blow, See Common Above. Not a lot of variance from one song to the next. It's not a bad sound, but the songs and melodies are kind of bleeding together a little too much. It's still the same song. Yes, you ain't wrong there, Chino. When girls telephone boys, okay, we're finally getting something a little different. It's got a little bit of energy going. That's okay. That's good. Battle Axe, I actually got some Sabbath vibes on this one. It was kind of slow. It was kind of heavy. It wasn't bad. Lucky You, this may be the worst Deftones song I've heard so far. That's all my notes say. Hopefully you guys got more on Lucky You. Bloody Cape, kind of liked it. Had some cool tempo changes, and I do like the lyrics. Favorite line was, "We must be the first ones in the world to fall off the earth." And the outro was good. Anniversary, it was pretty. It kind of reminded me of White Pony. Not what I really want when I listen to the Deftones, but yeah, whatever. And Moana is kind of a rather dull closing track, which kind of sums up this album. It's pretty dull. Maybe 2 songs stood out, and neither of those came close to the low points on the previous albums. So, that's my notes.
Yeah, I'm not going to have much more than that. I found the album to flow a lot better than the previous couple albums, and I think I like the production on here better than the last few albums.
Yeah.
But
I
yeah, the song structure, like we're trying to disguise the formula that we've been doing since the first album, but it's not quite working yet. Yeah, kind of forgettable.
Yeah,
I mean,
nothing stood out.
let's say I can follow that all up. This one, all right, this was day 2 of my musical journey with the Deftones, as I could only do 3 albums at a crack. And, I didn't know what I was going to get when I got this album or what I expected. And what I got was neither of those. Um, I'll be honest, for me, I was actually kind of pleasantly surprised. Um, it took, this still feels like a progression from White Pony from the structure standpoint. and just getting away from all those other ones. And the production just took the new metal and threw it out the door. So anyone who says that is fooling themselves at this point. Um, I actually really liked the tone and the vocals. Probably the most on this album. Uh, I liked it like the more quieter. Like by far, this was the easiest time I heard actually hearing what he was singing and like being able to make out what the lyrics were saying. And even besides that, I mean, was it kind of simplistic instrumentally at times? Sure. But I think that worked to their advantage in this case. And it came together and actually produced, in my mind, a really decent album. Um, for me, Minerva, Good Morning, Beautiful, and Death Below are all top song contenders. Uh, Lucky You, I definitely see, Jason, why you don't like that one. So it's got kind of like a, not futuristic, but like a synth type thing going on. It's not synth, but like it's a, I don't know how to describe it. I
Well,
wish
and
I
I
knew
think
more
it's on
about.
the next album where we really even start getting into like Nine Inch Nails territory. And
Yes, we
so,
do on
like,
the
yeah,
next
it's
one. Yeah.
starting to creep in. It's
Yeah,
starting to
but
creep
like even so with this one, like there this was the first album. There wasn't a song on here that I hated. Moana was kind of a disappointment just from a standpoint. I was expecting some sort
Uh,
of Disney bullshit at this point.
yeah, I was kind of hoping that too, but it does predate it. Does predate it.
It does. But say
in.
he'll say like
Disney's
I
ripping
didn't
off the Deftones.
You wanted the sea calling to you.
exactly. But even with that, like I thought this was by far potentially the most, you know, it did result in the songs bleeding together some. But this album, I feel like flows exceptionally well. Um, and I think that again is to its benefit. Like this was, might be a hot take, but for me, this was a diamond in the rough so far.
I think this wasn't this the one they promoted as like their comeback record to like bring back the old fans. Like this was like the old Deftones coming back.
Which is funny. The
This
album
isn't the
after
old
your biggest
Deftones.
album is now your comeback album. Like, come on.
I'm not sure.
I want to say this is the one they like promoted as like the Deftones are back here to rock.
I mean,
But
this
that doesn't make sense because this
No,
doesn't
it doesn't
sound
make sense at
anything
all.
like.
No, yeah, no,
No.
no,
I
yeah.
think you're thinking of Diamond Eyes, and we'll talk about why. But Saturday Night Wrist is a very there's a lot that hinges on that album, and I think you're talking about Diamond Eyes.
Okay, it might be. I can't remember which one it was. Like I said, I was off the train at this point.
Yeah.
But I remember Minerva being played a lot.
Yeah, yeah, definitely remember it.
Are you done,
Well,
Bill?
yeah, that's really all I have to say about this one before we
All
get
right.
ranking it here.
So I don't know who's guessing this week, but I'm about to give you a gift.
Well, it's you, so lucky you.
For me, for
Perfect.
me, every song on this album is a high point. Now put yourself in my shoes. It's 2003. I love the Deftones. I haven't heard anything, and I get told their first new song in a long time is going to come out on the Matrix Reloaded soundtrack. So not only is it a new Deftones song, but it's the new Team Sleep song, which is Chino's side project. So I go get it, and I get Lucky You, which is kind of like, okay, well, I guess this is going to set the tone for the new record. Get the new album, put it in, and I get Hexagram, which is their post 9/11 song. It's all about bombings. How do you worship, pray, and then you blow yourself up, and God's like, yay, great. And every band at this point had a post 9/11 song. Every song on this album I absolutely love. I don't So whoever's guessing, you're welcome.
It's you, it's you, Trey. So you're
Yeah, it's your
welcome to
turn to
yourself.
guess.
Well, thank me. Um, so some weird things about this album. Stephen Carpenter, the guitar player, he started using a seven-string guitar because of Meshuggah, which at this point, every new metal album in the world is seven-string guitar.
Hmm.
And instead of
Meshuggah's
saying,
the band you throw out to try to maintain some sort of credibility.
yeah, and you'll see, like we'll go through it, but you'll see he makes a lot of his guitar decisions based on Meshuggah, as opposed to what Korn and Limp Bizkit are doing. Um, this is oddly the 13th most expensive album ever made because of Chino's constant delays when it comes to vocals. And this is one of my issues with Chino. I really like Chino as, I used to emulate him. I mean, I used to take fucking Murray's pomade and put it in my hair all the time because that's what he did. But his vocals are very in the moment. They're very like William Faulkner. It's very stream of consciousness as opposed to deliberately written down. Um, and to a degree, I very much like that, obviously, because I love this album. Um, but yeah, this album
Faulkner,
to
I
me,
barely know her.
like this is the Deftones to me, and I think it's very apt that it's the self-titled album.
We talked
Right on.
about new metal, and the fans that were fans of new metal would also be the fans of this record, though.
Yeah, yeah.
Not
Yeah,
that this record is new metal, but it's the same audience, I guess.
Hmm.
yeah, and I think like it's interesting because I watched I'll say documentary, but it's essentially a YouTube video about how Deftones has influenced the modern, you
Oh, I
know,
can see it. Yeah,
metal alternative metal scene.
yeah. Thrice gets a little Deftonesy here
And
on
there's
their
other
last few
bands
records.
like I think they're called Slinging. I really like that album. Uh, to me this is where they really start. Um, and there's going to be some deviation. We'll get into it, but yeah, this album's and part of it might be I was just so fucking excited for new Deftones albums, for new Deftones songs that it still gets me to this day. But even the more tame songs like Anniversary of an Uninteresting Event, I love that song. Moana, it reminds me thematically of a lot of there's a song by Genesis called Duchess, and thematically to me they're very similar. So like when I hear that, I hear Duchess. It's kind of like how when I hear Knife Party, I hear A Great Gig in the Sky. Like there's just so much going on to me that I don't know. I love this album. So I'm glad I got this week.
Oh yeah, you get to vote or you get to guess. Oh, before we guess though, we got to talk B-sides and covers.
Yeah.
I don't have many notes. I picked through it. I just want to say, Ed, if you're watching, if you're gonna cover Simple Man, you got to do it like this. You at least got to play the guitar solo. Shinedown ain't got nothing on Deftones' cover of Simple Man. I wasn't a fan of Be Quiet, Drive Far Away acoustic. I checked that out because I like that song, but it just doesn't work for me. But I did like Change, House of the Flies. I think that one worked really well acoustically. So those are the only three I checked out.
Did anyone else listen to this?
No, I didn't.
I did not.
Okay, so for me, this was the album that introduced me to Jawbox, Cocteau Twins, I didn't know those bands going into this. Their Simple Man cover, it honestly baffles me because it was made the same time as Adrenaline, but the quality of that song versus Adrenaline, I didn't know that until literally when I started doing the research and for this discography, because I thought it would have been in like a White Pony cover.
Yeah,
Um,
it's clean. It's a lot cleaner than Adrenaline.
it's very clean. The cover of Sinatra by Helmet, it's really good. No Ordinary Love. I'm pretty sure all three of my kids were conceived to that song. Um, Now I'm gonna double check with my wife and make sure that's okay to put in the video, but I'm pretty sure. the
And the
the
next three will too, right?
Yeah, no, I am fixed. I'm fixed. So if
Right?
she's
Had
pregnant,
enough.
we've got a long conversation ahead.
Had enough.
Yeah, I'm done. So my issues with this B-sides and rarities is we get a lot of White Pony. The Teen Sleep or the teenager song is terrible. I'm not a fan of the original, and I absolutely hate this version. We get a lot of we get this weird Black Moon song with Be Real from Cypress Hill. And my problem with this is we have songs like Boys Republic, which we talked about, Teething, which is an Adrenaline leftover that they put on the Crow City of Angel soundtrack, which I think is the best song. I think it's better than what's on Adrenaline. And then
That's
there's
good.
another song on Escape from LA called Can't Even Breathe, which I think should be on here. So anyone who's a fan of a band, anytime they put a B-sides out, there's always those songs where it's like, why isn't this on here?
Yeah, why
Yeah.
isn't Rat does like a rat does cheese off not on Shenanigans? Best
Yeah.
Green Day
Yeah.
B-side.
So for me, the highlight of this album is the covers. Almost all the covers, because they introduced me to bands I didn't know. They introduced me to sides of bands I did know, but I didn't really see that dark side before. Like the cover they do of Duran Duran's "The Chauffeur," it's amazing to me. And I know, to me, Duran Duran was the Girls on Film band. That's,
Yeah.
that's
Yeah,
it.
Yes,
no,
they were.
there's
And
more to
even
them than
that,
that.
Wesley Willis did the best version of that song. So
100%.
hell yeah.
And
So
the fiasco.
That means that Trey's on team WW.
yeah, oh hell yeah.
Operation
Fucking
WW.
any song that takes place in the McDonald's is number one to me. So so
Stay
to
tuned
me
for
the
that meat
best
grinder.
yeah,
1999's coming.
so to me the best
We
part of
about
this
to cut some mullets.
yeah, hell yeah. To me, the best part of the B-sides and rarities is finding those covers of bands that I didn't know before.
Yeah, I agree with that. I love covers albums.
Yeah.
And
And
so,
and
yeah, if you're into a band, definitely check out their covers because then you find new bands. I've heard that song before, but I never heard it in this way, and so now I can appreciate that song.
Oh, I do. Yeah,
and
I love covers records too. Like Teenage Bottle
Yeah,
Rocket's got a really good one that I found all
and
kinds of like indie punk bands. Just
and
fun shit.
Jason nailed it on the Simple Man cover because I remember when Shinedown's cover was being played on the radio all the fucking time, and I remember going, "This is such bullshit. It's whiny. It's annoying. They don't play the solo." And you had this Deftones version,
perfect for radio.
yeah. But I applaud them for not taking the Disturbed way out and putting a cover on every fucking album because they do record a cover for every album.
Well, and that was a new metal trope too. Every new metal band's first single was the cover of some '80s song.
Yeah, yeah.
That is the true sign of if you're a new metal band. So the Deftones do break away from that there right off the
Yeah.
bat.
they would make them bonus tracks for like Japanese releases.
Yep. Which is what
Whereas,
you're supposed to do. Yeah.
whereas like Disturbed would make it their lead single.
Right. Yeah.
Um,
Yeah.
Yeah.
so I do like B-side
Served and
rarities,
fucking
but
Orgy and
yeah.
Limp
Limp Bizkit
Bizkit
did it with
and
Faith.
And the
yeah.
sad, I will
Who
say the
did
sad
Cars?
thing,
Fear Factory did it with Cars.
and I will
Uh,
say the sad thing about Orgy and Fear Factory, those covers are the weakest part of those albums,
yeah, of
especially the
course.
Fear Factory album.
Yeah, yeah.
So I will listen to B-sides and rarities, but almost 9 times out of 10, I'm skipping to the covers.
Yeah, they got another cover coming up that's pretty fucking good too.
Yeah, and there's some that have been released because at the time when the self-titled was coming out, I was buying singles because that was the only way you were getting new music. So
Yeah,
Right.
the B-sides were covers, and they put them on. One was Sinatra, but there's one that's coming up on the covers album, and I will tell you, it is one of my favorite fucking songs of all time. It's an instrumental, and the fact that they covered it blew my mind. And
Okay, I can't wait.
the fact that it wasn't on B-sides and rarities pissed me off to no end.
Can't wait.
yeah. Stay tuned for top songs.
Yeah.
All right, so Trey, you got the dot.
All right,
You
so
gotta
it's number
guess.
1 for me.
That's easy.
Hardest one
No
first, I
spoilers.
see.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go with the easy one. I'm gonna go number 4 for Jason.
You're correct there.
I want to say number 1 for Bill.
That'd be my guess.
I mean, I want to say you're correct.
And Tim's the hard one. I want to say number 3.
You know, that's not the number I was thinking.
I want to say number 4 then.
Wrong direction.
Oh, wow.
Number 1.
Then 2.
Number 2 is what I'm thinking. Yes.
Damn, Tim, me and you, we done got divided from Bill and Trey.
Yeah.
Fuck.
That's because
I'm
we
surprised.
have opinions and they're just following, each other.
I'm surprised. Best I'm surprised Trey and I are actually matching so far. I thought I'd be an oddball here.
We'll see how long it lasts.
We'll see.
Right.
Yeah. Stick
I think
around
we're
for
about
that.
to. I think we're about to see this next album.
Oh, that's number 1 for you. Right?
Saturday night.
That's got to be a number 1 album for Bill.
Stick around. Stay
don't
tuned for that.
So
No spoilers. Shh, 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 shh.
He loves that pink cell phone.
All right.
that's what I was thinking of when you
Give
said
us-
that. Going.
Give us a like. Stay tuned for that. That's gonna be the next episode.
So just chill.
Till the next episode.
I'm trying. I'm trying.
We're gonna get to that P funk. We're gonna get to that G funk. All right.
Can't wait for that beat.
Stick around. Deftones. We're going through Deftones. After Deftones, what we got coming up? We got Outkast. We got some Devo.
So excited for that
I
one.
can't remember what else we got coming up.
Album of
Live
the
streaming.
Decade series live stream coming up.
Evo's the shit.
April 7th. Join us on fucking live stream. You can.
We got Led Zeppelin coming up.
Led
Primus.
Zeppelin. Yep. Primus.
Yeah, yeah.
Fiona
Yeah.
Apple.
In all
Yeah.
seriousness, I know I'm drunk and I'm blurry, but y'all got to be nicer to physical graffiti.
Oh, trust me, I'm here now.
I'm sure Tim and Bill will be all
That
about that.
rips.
Gotta be.
That's
I love
just
it.
for me. Yeah, I know. I was a little rough on it.
Very.
But come on. Led Zeppelin 3 is top tier.
I think Physical Graffiti is their last good album.
Ooh, I
Yeah, but 3 was before
I
that.
think you're both wrong.
Oh, stick around for Led Zeppelin. As always, be safe and make good decisions. Listen to fucking Led Zeppelin. God damn, that's a good
Fucking
band.
right.
Yeah, damn right.
And then you go a little woo, and then a little whoop, 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 and then it's all, and then you're ready to go again.